What if somebody were outside looking in, looked at my life and said, you had so much potential and you've wasted it? And I don't necessarily I think I'm a little bit further ahead in life than Rory is at 32, but I'm 32 and plenty of advantages, plenty of steps ahead of other people. And I'm just like, Paris has built a multinational empire, and Rory's written 2 articles that got published. So I don't know, that was just convicting for me as I'm going through, a lot of questions about what do I actually want to do with my company and versus powerlifting, and build something for other people or build something that just sustains me. I'm just like, gosh, there's so much. And here I am judging Rory for making decisions about what makes her happy, versus Paris, who takes full advantage of all the advantages she's been given. So I'm like, dang it, what if somebody else judges me the same way?
Well, we'll talk about this next week, but it's kind of like how we don't like people who are so sure and are on a path and they're clear, because it's showing us that why do they have it figured out? And that's Paris. She's she just knows exactly what to do, what to say, how to run her company. And maybe that's why I don't like her. Not because she's like snippety, or she's just very clear.
It's driven. There's a clear path ahead of her that she's gonna march down, and nothing's gonna stand in her way. Not even her kids. So cool.
This might be my English degree talking, but you know how Emily went to Nantucket to that
there once was a man from Nantucket. Is that where you're going with this?
That museum.
Oh yeah.
And she was talking about the whale.
To
me, that was like a symbolic gesture of
was she Ahab?
Yes. That was Moby Dick. And it was just a representation of her chasing the whale.
I thought that part was hilarious.
She was like,
when she starts describing it to all the kids.
And they're like,
that was awesome. And so now she's just going to live up there in that house and give museum tours and freak out kids with realistic descriptions of killing whales.
So that whole idea of Lorelai telling her mom full freaking circle. Remember she said that? So it's like Rory turned into her mom. Lorelai turned into Emily, and Emily is freed, I guess.
I think that's the way the show. That's why I don't think we need a second season. John brought this up too, is on their podcast in his rant, is you're supposed to get that impression. And Sarah even called Rory being pregnant like mid-summer episode or something like that. That she was going to end up pregnant at the end of this thing. And they want you to do that. Sarah, my wife, brought up the point that Logan is her Chris. And Jess is her Dean. Is her Luke. Her Luke. So, Chris is the one that your parents want you to end up with. Chris is the one that your life would have been easy with, and he actually ends up being the father of your child. Logan is the father of your child. It would have been easy. This is the one that you were destined for, groomed for. But the one that you actually want is the one who's a little bit edgy, a little bit more of a rebel, doesn't care what people think, and is his own person kind of a thing.
So if you take it back even further, like just when Emily married Richard is the Chris. Because Richard is the easier life for Emily. That's how we're supposed to see it. So, and that's why Rory was asking Chris, like, do you ever regret not being in my life and stuff like that, as she's trying to figure out, should I have Logan in the life of my child, or should I just let Logan go live his own life?
kind of thing.
See, actually,
I think she ends up with Jess.
Yeah, I actually think the baby is Jess's.
How?
Wasn't he in the beginning of the show? When did he show up?
He didn't show up till the fall episode, or the summer.
Yeah, summer was the second.
It started with winter, because it started with I Smell Snow.
Okay, winter.
So winter, spring, summer, fall.
Summer.
Winter, spring, summer, fall.
So summer, and then 3 months, 4 months, yeah.
But they didn't do anything. He showed up at the paper, and he encouraged her to write a book. It's not Jess's. No. It could possibly have been the Wookiee that she went home with at the fan convention thing.
Yeah.
But that was in the spring episode, so that was like 6 months later. She wouldn't have just been finding out she was pregnant 6 months later.
Yeah.
It's Logan's.
Well, she'd be showing.
Yeah. It's Logan's. It's not Jess's. She didn't have sex with Jess. She's gonna, because she's gonna end up with Jess. That's gonna be her Luke.
She's gonna
30 years from now, when they finally get past the will they won't they, she'll finally settle down and marry Jess.
Yeah.
So
then we'll have Gilmore Girls grandkids or whatever.
The Gilmore Grands.
Yeah. Drop the. It sounds more precise with Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Get out of here, Lorelai.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Oh, just one last thing. So she was assigned to write a paper about standing in lines and couldn't figure out how to do that. I just want to point out, Stephen Dubner on the podcast Freakonomics was able to do an entire episode about standing in lines. And it was very interesting.
Was it?
And awesome to listen to. So he, who was a journalist and knows how to actually do something, was able to turn this very boring topic into a pretty excellent podcast for a very well-known podcast. So,
well,
she, who's only written a couple articles and can't make up a story if her life depended on it. I'm going to write about my mom.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really unique.
The last symbolic thing I think of is when Rory started working for the Gazette.
Yeah.
That was just a symbol for, there's two old people in there. It was like, you all are just worthless. You're not contributing to anything.
Yeah.
So, Rory's...
But everybody there cared about the Gazette so much because she took the poem off thinking it would be no big deal.
Yeah.
And she's going to run this place. And she's like, no, you're basically just here to put in the Gazette what everybody expects in the Gazette.
Yeah. You're not allowed to be weird. You got to do what we say.
Mm.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Cool.
That was those were some long episodes too.
Yeah.
So
I was happy with 4 hour-and-a-half long episodes more than I would have been with 22 episodes.
Yeah.
With a couple filler. Now, I mean, it's Netflix. They tend to do 10 or 12 episodes of something like Iron Fist. Iron Cage. Luke Cage and Daredevil. Jessica Jones. Those tended to be shorter seasons. So.
Yeah. But we don't need a Gilmore Girls second life.
I don't need one. And I don't need one 10 years from now either.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied with the way it ended.
But if they come out, I know I'm going to watch it. And I don't really want to, but I would.
And I don't think they're going to either, because I think I read somewhere that Amy Sherman Palladino, this was her original ending for the original show. This is what she wanted.
Gotcha.
But I think by the time that show ended, I think she was off of it. Because I think that's why the show ended back then, is she had left. And they did a season or a season and a half without her. So she wasn't able to end it the way that she wanted to. But this is the way I think I read. Rory's supposed to be pregnant and Luke and Lorelai are supposed to end up together.
Okay.
So really that's all I tuned in for was, are Luke and Lorelai actually finally married, or did she do something stupid?
Yeah.
And she almost did. But the thing I liked about the wild thing, besides all those ridiculous middle-aged women doing their wild journey, copying other people, what I liked about it, and I don't know if Lorelai even realized this, but she realized how not screwed up her life actually is, and is not in need of a wild journey.
Yeah.
All those other women were complaining about real things like abusive husbands and not having jobs, and she's like, got a perfect guy at home and a business that she runs, and she's the one with the issue.
Yeah. So you kind of see where Rory gets it from.
Yeah.
Like she has all these things, but she doesn't necessarily take advantage of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Takes it all for granted.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. I was gonna sing this theme song, but I kind of forgot it.
If you lead where you lead, I will follow.
I will follow. No, I don't know.
Were you doing the Rory face pose in the early episodes?
Yeah.
Nice.
Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram at CP_EH, CPA. I also blog at barrettyoung.com.
And I'm on Twitter at Charchangs. And please support the show, patreon.com/HadokenDebt. See you next time.
Hadoken!